will take defeat. We rise up and feel the heat. Swing it hard, we take our shot. Every game we hit.
Gotta leave it on until the spot.
That's right. There it is.
Awesome. So welcome everyone. This is episode 109 and we are proud to present. So for the first time, we now have Fishtown Iced Tea as a sponsor. So I'm going to tell you what I like about this. I love pouring it over ice. And this one is Philly flavor, Philly fun. 4 best friends inside a can at 9%. So we're looking at tequila, vodka, rum, triple sec, like absolutely standing. Made in Philly by Philadelphians. And let me say it again, guys, 9%. So double the others, kind of out there. So you can buy one of these and get into the same area. Not to mention the logo's badass. It's the same flavor, the same recipe that was still in the Arctic Splash. So thank you to Fishtown Iced Tea. So check them out. You can get them at a lot of places. And if you go to your normal beer place and they don't have them, ask for them. They're going to get it in. We're going to make this the summer of Fishtown Iced Tea. So thank you to Fishtown Iced Tea for being a sponsor of DPF and DPF on Tap.
Oh, fucking right. Mike, is that you?
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, today's show is also brought to you by Jersey Sports Bar in Glenside. Jersey's offers over 200 beers, excellent food, both of which are available for pickup and delivery. They have a heated pool, outdoor patio available for private events and parties. They're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and the kitchen stays open late every single day. They have 18 beers that rotate on draft, and they have 15 large screen TVs in there. So if they don't have the game that you're looking for, just ask, and I'm sure they can get it on one of them for you. They've helped us out a number of times with some events. I know Chris loves their pizza. Everything I've had there has been fantastic. So guys, just get yourself over to Jersey Sports Bar. It's over in Glenside, and make sure you tell them that the Drunk Phil's fans sent you.
Hell yeah.
We're going to be there 5-2. Did we say that and I missed it?
Oh, that's right. May 2nd.
Watch party at 4 p.m. Yep.
Sorry about that. Yep.
That's going to
and
be killer.
if anybody wants to go see Steve Mold, he'll be there tomorrow dropping off cookies.
Oh, hell yeah. Steve, stop in for one while you're there. I mean, I'm sure that you didn't think of that.
No. Come on.
Right. Talk to everybody about Aaron Nolan.
We'll get to that later. Hey, so I'm super excited because our fearless leader, fresh off the plane less than 2 hours ago from his trip to spring training in Clearwater, we've got a little debrief scheduled here, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Debrief
I'm looking forward to find what happens.
What's that?
I'm looking forward to find out what happened too,
Yeah,
Mike. So
yeah, that'd be good. The little debrief brought to you by Well Crafted. Check them out at Ambler or Lansdale. They're also good friends of the show. So let's start here, Chris. We saw a lot of posts from you. We saw some that you met up with a bunch of people, and so I was just wondering, did this trip make you feel closer to your DPF followers or our DPF followers, and what did you hear from them the most?
So, guys, I'm going to tell you something. If you can get down there, because how much people love what we do, it is outstanding. You'll feel love, and it's like Philly South down there. So a couple of things that stood out to me were we did the Dunedin Brewery. So it's CUNY Brewery on Saturday. And I think there were about 80 to 100 people there. So Wally, one of our DPF was like, hey, let's get a picture of everyone. And I'm like, all right, I'll try to wrangle the people in. It was the whole fucking bar. The whole fucking bar came outside. And it was just awesome. Everyone's chanting, fuck the Mets. It was amazing. So that really blew me away. I also want to talk about a lady that I met that is one of my favorite DPFers. So Linda Goldie We see her pull up. She's the first one that pulls up outside of the brewery. And she has a fucking foul mouth on her that you guys would love. She's like, you motherfucker, you had this goddamn fucking brewery thing and there's a fucking St. Patrick's thing. All these motherfucking roads are closed. It was amazing, like all day. So sharp as attack, knows Phillies baseball in and out. I loved her. Renee and her, like, I don't blush. She was making me blush, and she was definitely making me blush. Like, it was some just outstanding Phillies insight, but also motherfuck every other word. And she was like, I think of this, like, she's the female Uncle Badload, drinking Pinot Grigio the whole time, knowing her shit with baseball and saying, you son of a bitch, you're over there, you don't want to come to St. Petersburg? Fuck you then. But awesome. Like, Goldie is so if you see Linda Goldberg, guys, like, interact with her. She is awesome. The other part that stands out is people love the Topper Chronicles more than I know. So a lot of times we gauge things by like how many of the likes. We have people that are like, they don't do the morning paper anymore, but they love seeing it and reading that. So like they love that. I did hear that they love the recaps that we give, that we're not kind of like bullshitting people. If they're up, they're up. If they're down, they're down. Oh yeah, there's Goldie. Mwah. God, that was like one of the highlights of my fucking trip, man. You were amazing. But guys, like when you get around these people, they just love DPF. They love everything that we're doing, and they love that we're shooting straight. That's the most important part. I did hear some like, "Oh, you're negative sometimes," and I was like, "Yeah, but we could be positive tomorrow about Nola." I don't know. That's kind of like how we are.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool to hear. A little bit of baseball, like who looked ready for the season, who looked like shit. If you could cut somebody today, who would it be? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so Dylan Moore was just terrible. And I think that he's kind of like asked to be opted out, and he's not going to make the team. Like, this dude was terrible. I think he can play every position, but we've seen this before. So he's Scotty Slapnuts with a gold glove, basically. So I just felt that he wasn't doing it. And did you ask who was doing it and who I thought was?
Yeah, who looked good, who looked shitty.
So it's a lot of the pitching. Like, the pitching was just sharp, guys. Like, it's no surprise. I mean, every game was like 2-0, 1-0. But the pitching was sharp. Like, everyone that I saw was sharp. I loved, Alvarado today didn't look great. I think he gave up 2 home runs. Is that right? I was on the plane, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it was the only 2 runs. But Duran, he's got a 0 ERA. What more could you want from the dude then? He's coming in doing his thing. Painters looked excellent. We'll talk about him later, but the pitching has been a highlight.
Here's a hard-hitting question from Harry. Why isn't Renee a subscriber?
That I don't know. I think Renee's listening, and maybe we'll have Renee answer. She's probably like, I'll pay 99 cents not to hear him.
That's what I was going to suggest. It's probably like, she's subscribing to something different. Like, she's like, fuck that. I hear this shit all day, every day. I don't need to subscribe and pay $1 for it.
Exactly. She had a whole plane ride where I'm like getting my notes ready and thinking about what to say today, and I would look over and she was asleep, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess it was a long plane ride. It was a long week.
So what about Clearwater? What's like the most overrated part that nobody wants to admit?
The weather. The weather is not good very often in March. So the past 3 St. Patrick's Days I've went to, it was high of 49, a real feel of 35. So it's cold as fuck down there some days. And then the next day it's 86. So when you go down, you have to pack for 2 seasons 100%. The other thing that sucks, and this is a tip, this is like, if you're listening and you went, you're going to know that this is the smartest thing. Schedule your fucking Ubers. When you're going to the game and you're taking an Uber or a Lyft, schedule it the night before, 10:45. You can get there at 11. If you think you're going outside at 11 o'clock a.m. in Clearwater and you're getting an Uber within 30 to 45 minutes, you're fucking nuts. It does not happen. There's not 1,000 Ubers there. There's 1,000 people that wanted to go to the game, but schedule your Uber, and the weather just not great. Like we didn't get in the pool once, we didn't get in the beach once. I'm not upset about that, but Renee is.
Renee said she should get paid to listen to this shit, which I don't disagree with.
Yeah, that's a good point, Renee.
Who's getting way too much hype coming out of this spring training that you're not buying?
So to me, the hype is like we're a different ball club, right? And the different ball club, what I mean is like, oh, Turner, it's early, and Marsh, it's early, and Garcia, who's been decent. I mean, the guy's hitting 303, I think. But I think he's one of the ones where like you're a little bit worried, but he's been doing the job. And it's not guaranteed that whatever they do in spring is going to automatically translate. But I don't think anyone's getting really a lot of hype right now. Do you guys? I'm not feeling like a hype train on any certain player.
Maybe just the pitching staff and the bullpen. Like that's everybody's just hype about pitching. I don't think there's any one person who's like getting too much.
Keller didn't look great in WBC to me. He looked
right.
Okay.
And that's the opposite. There are a couple guys who we expected better from who we're not seeing it.
Yeah,
I've seen a little bit of hype around JT and how good he is with the pitching staff and all that stuff. So I think they're trying to get ahead of his offense, taking it down another notch this year. So that was one thing that I saw a little on the hype train.
Yeah, and putting Stubb at third base, like, give me a fucking break.
That
one, that's not a hype train, but it's just like, what the fuck are we thinking?
I'm ready for my jersey to be a throwback, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's wrap this up with this question. Inquiring minds want to know, what was the honest drink intake? Are you tired of rum runners yet? And what was the absolute do not miss venue bar sink to piss in down there?
So I will say that I probably had a minimum of 10 drinks a day, I would say, and this is just me personally. This is not Renee or Heather. So that's 7 days. I would say it was somewhere. So that's 10 times 7. I would say it's over 100. Because then the rum runners, listen, man, they're excellent. I can't wait to get off the plane and get one. But like at some point, you're just like, I have the fucking diabetes. I know I do. And I have to like get it out of my system. Like I go and like drink water at night just because I'm like, I got to flood. My fucking glucose level had to be like fucking 900. It's completely like outstanding. So I will say that we traveled 30 minutes south to a bar called Mahuffers. Now, Mahuffers is a junkyard dive bar. That's the name of it. And that's what it is. So inside, there's the dollar bills taped up. So I did, George Washington with an FTM, and I drew a humongous cock on the back of it, right? Because you kind of have to, right? Like, of course. There's underwear up there, men, women's. There's bras, humongous bras, cheetah print bras. But you go in the bathroom. So I'll tell you what the men's bathroom was like, and then I'll tell you from Renee what the women's one was. So I go in, and there's a urinal and a shitter. They're right next to each other, and they're separated by a fucking raft, like a raft on a string. If there was a sink there, I was not going near it, honestly, because it was in bad shape. So Renee says, like, there's just one bathroom, there's no door, and there's a fucking shower curtain on it. And it's like a see-through shower curtain. So Mahuffers was like, I loved it. It was kind of like this weird, cool vibe. So no coolers. They had no coolers in the place. They barely had electricity. All the beers they did have some on tap, but still no coolers. They'd iced the kegs. Everything was like out of cans, but out of coolers behind the thing. So it was a complete shit show. 30 minutes south in Indian Rocks or Sandy Rocks, something like that. But holy shit, what a fucking dump. And I loved it. It made a fucking DPF garage look like a fucking Michelin 5-star venue.
That's when you're like, I got to get this attic fucking going.
Oh, see Goldie's bras there. Oh, Jesus.
I gotta meet Goldie.
Oh, you guys are gonna love Goldie.
Yeah, we got to get her up to the garage. All right, guys,
Well,
real quick. Are you done, Mike? So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I appreciate you getting off the plane, getting another drink, and going through that with us here. A lot of folks, are clearly invested in your journey online, and I appreciate you answering those questions.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to talk to you guys. So thanks for doing that, Mike. That was cool.
Living vicariously through you was pretty fucking sweet. I got to tell you, as a non-drinker and not, present in spring training, like, I mean, you fucking met my cousin down there.
Yeah. So Rich, right?
Yeah.
So we did the Roman school song together out in the fucking outfield. We did fucking Purple and Gold. I'm not shitting you.
How insane is that? That's fucking phenomenal, man. Like I saw that they were down there, and I said he ran into fucking Hossman, Mark and Dawn.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just running into East Falls people down there. I thought
it's
it was
killer,
hilarious. I saw the pictures, and I'm like, that's fucking Hoss. All right, so we're gonna pivot. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Phillies here, guys. And the first thing I want to, I know it's been kind of done to death, and you got to try to fucking figure out why for a guy that's marginal. He's not even like a quad A player at this time, but I wanted to find out, like, what did Rojas take? What PED did he take? And why didn't it work? All right. And so I researched the offending substance, and it's called boldenone, right? Boldenone undencyclone. It's fancy, whatever. It's known as equipoise. This thing is an anabolic, androgenic. It's a steroid, basically. It's a fucking steroid. For horses, it's banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency, and it improves the general, according to Equipoise's literature, it says that it improves the general state of debilitated horses. I don't know much about Johan Rojas, but I don't believe he's a debilitated horse. And then according to the journal, it's neurochemical research. The possible side effects include renal damage, cardiovascular disorders, liver dysfunction, and testicular problems. So I don't know about you guys, but anything where a side effect is potential testicular problems, like, I'm going to steer clear.
I think a couple of the things you said there, I had the same problems because of drinking in Clearwater. You said liver problems. I had a testicular problem. I brought these underwear. They weren't breathable. Not good.
Well, fortunately, you didn't get tested while you were down there, which is good. And you probably drank enough to fucking flatten a horse anyway. So it's like, all right. So according to the journal, it says that there's a wide range of behavioral and neurochemical changes. 23% of abusers increase their risk of major depressive and bipolar disorders versus 4% of athletes that don't use this shit.
Okay.
16% of male abusers show a history of anxiety disorders, panic disorder, OCD, PTSD, and social phobia. Anxiety and aggression were increased. So this shit's not good for you, obviously. It's bad shit, and it's not meant for human consumption. Funny little twist on this. There have been 13 players suspended for this boldenone usage. All 13 are Dominican.
So wait, did not Max Kepler take this same shit?
No, he took it, according to what I read, he was taking something different.
Not for horses, though?
I don't think it was for horses.
Okay.
It may have been. I was just focused on the boldenone, and when I saw his name, it had something else next to it. I also found out that Carlos Ruiz was suspended for fucking amphetamines, which kind of respect Chooch a little more now.
That's why they called him the Pillies back in the day.
That's exactly right. All right. So,
I mean, Linda's got it nailed here, Goldie. He still fucking sucked.
Well, and that brings me to the point. I wasn't just giving you guys a fucking journal article and trying to fucking say names that I can't pronounce and all that shit. I wanted to figure out why it didn't work. Like, because serious, I don't know when he took them. He got popped over the winter. So he was ineligible for the WBC, but I gotta say, like, Dominican, like, they were probably much better off without Johan Rojas than had he played. Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny though that all 13 baseball players were Dominican. But the reason it didn't work, guys, is that you have to be good at baseball first. So that's kind of the key. So we know about guys like McGuire and Canseco, Palmeiro, and Clemens, A-Rod, and Bonds. We know all about these guys because they were good players before the PEDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so a lot of the names on this list, you've never heard of any of them. And it just cracks me up that, like, for some people it doesn't work.
Does this make you want to vote in the steroid users because they're great at baseball without it? It just added to them.
I think they should be in just because I think that such a high percentage of players were using them back then because it's the steroid era. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Can we pick and choose? Like, can we put the
I mean,
like
I have a
good
different
guys
idea.
in and the assholes?
I think numbers
Yeah.
are numbers, but you give them their own section in Cooperstown, and you just say these are the steroid users. You make sure everybody knows.
Everyone's worried about baseball kind of like not being watched, and like younger kids are like, oh, we want 15-second reels. We don't want 2-hour games. We don't want to read the Topper Chronicles because you're old talking about fucking Sanka. We don't know what the fuck it is. But like, what if, let's just, the National and American League used to be two disparate leagues. And then there was the Federal League. What if we have a league that's just steroids? You can use whatever the fuck you want.
Go for it.
And you do whatever you want. Or a home run derby that's just dudes that are monsters. Like, you can use whatever you want.
In the steroid league, you can run dudes over in the bases and
Yes.
slide hard and all that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're going to anyway, so just make it legal.
Just make it legal.
Throw at their head.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember, SNL did the skit, the all steroids Olympics. So I mean, it's back in the 80s, but they had the idea back then where, if that's your thing, then you got to compete against everybody else, and everybody in the league is on something.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this Bananas stuff. Bananas is cool. That's for like the young kid. I want to see Mark McGuire come back at 67 and just like before he goes up to bat, he gets a shot in the ass and then he hits one 700 feet.
Shot in the ass, 500-pound bench, and then
Hell yeah.
Yard.
Yes.
We might see Garcia this year. He might be benching on the fucking in foul territory.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
So that was my little spiel there. I just wanted to understand a little bit more about the Rojas suspension and just hopefully this is good riddance. I really hope the Phillies use this as a way to just get rid of them.
I'm hoping that Rojas is Mike's so dumbass later in the show.
He is not this time, but
God damn it.
I will put this up here as we go into our next segment here. So I am going to talk positively about someone that we don't very often talk positively about, and that is Aaron Nola. I did a little research on his time in the WBC, and I actually watched the 2 games that he pitched in, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll start this whole segment as saying I'm a little bit excited about the prospect of Nola getting back to where he was a couple of years ago. And so I'm just going to throw some stats out really quick from the WBC small sample size that we have this year in 2026 to last year's also small sample size because he was hurt a lot. So games started in the WBC 2. In 2025, he started 17 games. He pitched 9 innings in the WBC. He pitched 94 1/3 innings in 2025. In the WBC, in those 9 innings, he allowed 1 run. In the 94 1/3 innings in 2025, he allowed 63 runs. That earned run average is 6.01, and it's really easy math for me. His ERA was 1 in the WBC. His fastball velocity topped out in the WBC at 94 miles per hour. In all of 2025, he topped out at 91.4 miles per hour. So that's just a little bit of positive data. If you do the extrapolation to an entire season, if he continues to perform at this level and stays healthy, it looks like, and I'm excited for the old, number 1, number 2 that we had back when he was throwing 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21.
So Matthew,
just-
hold on a second here, bringing this up. Like, listen, we have fucking 500 comments, dude. Relax. We'll fucking get to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought we threw up a lot of comments already.
Yeah. Well, I get it.
Chris literally got off a plane like an hour ago. And this dude's bitching about fucking his comment not being read. And his comment was about his comment not being read.
Here's the things I liked with Nola that I saw. He's throwing 94 on the fastball. Number one, we're seeing it tick up a little bit.
Yep.
When Nola is great, he has that Maddox-esque throwing it at a left-hander and it tails in and is a strike. That's one of the keys. And then that curveball, not throwing it for a fucking strike, but making it look like a strike and getting swings and misses on that. To me, we saw all three of those. They're positive things we haven't seen forever from him.
Nope. That's exactly where I was going. In that Mexico game, his knuckle curve looked great. He went 5 scoreless that game. In Venezuela game, he was 4 innings, 1 run, 59 pitches, and he offered Acuna Jr., Suarez, and Arise. So huge names.
Good hit.
What I thought was vastly different, and I'll kick it over to you guys right after this, was his mound presence. Last year, he looked like, we said it, Eeyore, like dopey dog out there, not in the WBC. He looked very confident. And I just call that the eyeball test. He looked different last year
100%.
to this year. And so, again, small sample size, but wanted to throw that out there.
Get Nola a fucking espresso machine. We're not sure it's not that.
You just read my fucking mind.
That's funny. Get the fucking Nespresso in there.
Exactly. So it's going to have to be a Topper Chronicle because Topper's going to have to figure out how to equip his fucking dugout with an espresso machine.
This is another thing. Chris is right. He was going after people. I had that written down here. I just didn't read it, but going after people rather than being scared. And I think that has something to do with having a little zip on your fastball, man. 3 miles an hour is a lot for him.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, period. Especially if you're throwing that fucking knuckle curve at what, like 79?
77, yeah.
Yeah, you need that fucking fastball to pop.
So there you go, Steve. Some positive Nola talk.
I think all 4 of us, everyone who's on this page, admin, is on the Nola train this year because we want him to be good. We want him to be great.
It might
right,
be
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like we hate him for any other reason. We just want him to fucking do what he did before. All right, what's going on here? There we go.
There was last thing on Nola before we move on. I think Dugan sent me like how bad he is or how good he is in certain innings. And the 4th isn't his worst statistically, but I'm like, he just had 100 unearned runs then because his ERA is like pretty low in the 4th. But I'm like, there's no way this dude gives up a home run every 4th inning.
Absolutely. It's a solo homer. And that's what Steve's always screaming. Oh, I'd rather him give up a solo homer in the RAV 4th inning. Well, I'd rather him not give up any homers, but that's what it is. I
want to see some fire out of him. That's like, I want to see that out of Nola. Don't you want to see it out of our guys?
Yeah.
Especially someone like Nola, the homegrown. We want to see that fucking guy succeed and finish strong as a Philly.
I want to see Bryce fucking throw his bat 900 feet like he did. I want to see Garcia like he was in the 2023. Like, just be a fucking animal and a menace. That's what we want.
Yep.
So when I'm kind of thinking about Philly starters, right, I want to kind of go down what our strengths are. And when you look at it, Wheeler's coming back in 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks into April is what I heard. Is that correct, guys? Nothing's changed about that?
That's still the rumor, yeah.
So, like, I don't know, he's your 1 immediately. Sanchez is a 2. Luzardo is a 3. Incredible Nola as a 4. And I'll tell you what, I saw Walker pitch. He was fucking phenomenal. Like when he returned back from Team Mexico. And Painter, The dude has like a 2-something ERA. What more could we ask for this dude at this point, right? Because we've been ragging on it. Oh, he had a 5 ERA. He can't throw strikes. He's getting lit up. We have 6 legitimate starters that, like, at any point, would you have a problem the way Nola was pitching him in game 1 of a fucking playoffs?
Nope.
Would you have a problem with Luzardo?
Nope.
So our number 4, we wouldn't have a problem with being number 1. So it's like, when I think about that, and yes, we're going to have those days where, like, they're going to do the bullpen nonsense, or, you know, they're going to have to call up Seth Johnson or Ben Johnson or whoever the fuck it is. But, like, shit, guys, we have 6 legitimate starters.
That's right.
And it's a clear strength. And if we can get these guys to start doing that 6+ innings, we're going to start looking at something. And here's what we're going to look at. And this is what I want for this team this year. I want that 7, 8, and 9, JC Romero, Madsen, and Lidge being the Alvarado, Keller, Duran, or Kerkering, you know, some combination of those 3 or 4 guys. We got to score runs, though.
Yeah.
That's been the issue. I don't know what the runs per game are in the spring for the Phils, but it ain't good. And you can say, oh, Dante Nuri isn't here and Harper isn't here. There's still guys here. Every team has people that are gone, right?
Exactly.
Every team. So, like, I don't want to hear that. You got to score runs. And, you know, my favorite post of being away was Dugans of, like, let's stop. When are we going to fucking stop playing this 3-run home run Earl Weaver fucking bullshit baseball where we can't get 2 guys on?
Right.
It's mind-numbing, and we're getting embarrassed as a team with USA. But the Phillies, it's been that way the whole time. It's been that way the whole time. We don't hit the homers, we don't win. And
Sorry,
go ahead.
The one thing in that championship game was nobody could fucking hit. And then Bryce gets up there and he pops a single.
Yep.
Right. And it was like, okay, this let's see if this gets them going. And nobody else picked it up. And then lo and behold, it was the bottom of the 8th, and fucking Bryce comes out with a guy on and blasts one. Like, we need that's what we've been looking at as Philly fans this entire, like, for the last couple of years, is nobody doing anything. And then you're counting on that fucking home run to either tie it up, put you up, whatever the case is. So when I was watching that championship game, it reminded me of it so much, like what we're just completely used to.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out here to Sean. So Sean is he plays with Keep the Change with Jeff Perlman. So they're both big TBF fans. They play around, you know, Philly, Monco, Delco, all of those areas. Keep the Change. They kind of do, you know, a 2-person act. And another shout out to Ray Pearson. He's from Split Decision. We saw him late at night yesterday, 9:00 at an acoustic show at the Boxer. Him and I were out drinking all fucking day, and then this dude went out and played 3 sets like fucking Ozzy Osbourne, you know, doing his thing, and didn't miss a beat. So check out Ray when he's doing things local. Awesome, as well as Sean with Keep the Change.
So Phillies have scored 4.36 runs per.
That seems like a lot. I would like have to count those.
Spring,
it's
but one of them was 8 and 7, and one of them was 10.
Okay.
They scored 10, 8, and 7, and then 2 5s, 2 3s, a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 0. So
we're in for a bunch of 2-1, 3-2, 1-0 games, and I'm kind of okay with that. Honestly, I like the low scoring games, but
Right. I like the 5s. We'll take those.
Yeah.
You know, if they could put 5 up, they should win the game. Like, that shouldn't be a fucking problem. So, guys, everybody's making predictions now, and I just happened to cross a bold prediction. I don't know if I want to mention his name, but it was on one of the other blogs, one of the other Philly blogs. I think this guy was one of the guys who was kind of talking shit on us last year. But there were 10 predictions for the season.
Yeah, call him out, Ralph. Fuck this guy.
John
Fuck these other guys.
Wasn't it John Stonis? Yeah,
you know what? If they're going to say stuff, we've never fucking said one bad word about another fucking blog that weren't motherfucking assholes. Never. There's room for everyone. If this dude wants to talk shit, fuck you, dude.
Haven't heard anything, but back when last year it was like, well, why bother? Why fucking do this? So anyway, his 10 predictions: Zach Wheeler's going to finish in the top 5 in Cy Young voting. Sanchez wins the Cy Young. Schwarber hits 50 plus. Harper has a lower OPS than last year. 4 starters from the Phillies make the All-Star game. It's kind of a weird prediction. Crawford is getting more Rookie of the Year votes than Painter. Duran leads the NL in saves. Kemp has more home runs than Adolis Garcia. Bowman Stock combined for 35, and that Turner is the All-Star Game MVP. Now, essentially, we're just throwing darts, right? Is that what we're doing? We're just, in order to fucking write an article, we're just going to fucking make some shit. Like, half of those don't make any fucking sense at all. So I'm going to make some not so bold predictions of my own real quick. I have 7 of them, guys, and I want you. Well, no, I have 7 numbered. One of them's blank, so we'll discuss that one when I get to it.
Okay.
So my first one is that fans are going to react to. They're going to overreact to everything that happens before May 1st. So my first bold prediction is that fans are going to overreact to shit that happens in March and April. And then to kind of go along with that, number 2, fans are going to say it's early until about September 3rd. So
that's our favorite.
So as the Phillies underperform, should they underperform, we're going to hear a lot of it's earlies. And then the leaves are going to start falling off the tree. The kids are going to be going back to school, and you're going to have jackasses out there saying it's early. Okay. My next one is quote unquote, not elite, will be the mantra for most fans, chanted every time Harper looks at a strike, pops out, makes a blunder on the base path, whatever, wears his hat the wrong way. So that's going to be a mantra. And then elite, quote unquote, is going to be the retort for every time Harper hits a home run, knocks in a run, scores a run, gets a new Fanatic tattoo, like, everybody, oh, elite, elite, elite. So we're going to hear those 2 phrases a lot this year. Now getting into some kind of real shit.
But Rob, back to the last one. I want to appreciate something of that. Like, I'm already writing stuff down because, like, if I can sell a T-shirt that says elite or not elite, I'll sell both.
God, fucking right.
Fuck it.
You have little check boxes. You can move the check.
Oh my God. Yeah, and it comes with with those whiteboard Sharpies, and you can just do one or the other.
Just a Velcro. Check.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better. And it's a beer. The Velcro's a beer on each one of them. Love
this
it.
Is fucking brainstorming at its best, guys. You're witnessing it. All right. So number 5 is that the Phillies are going to have several All-Stars because the game is being played in Philly, including a few that don't belong. I'm not going to name anybody, but I just have a feeling that the Phillies will have probably too many All-Stars. Again, 6 is blank, so we can come up with a not so bold prediction here. And then number 7 was DPF, the Drunk Phils fans, will capitalize on the All-Star events, and we'll see a huge bump in numbers.
Huh. I would love that because we're so close to 100K. And that's been like, that's to me, it's like unbelievable. You see it's at 95. That would be cool. I mean, I guess we got to get like, what is it? I don't even know how to say the word, and it might be, it might be these 9% Fishtown iced teas. Sesquicentennial?
Yeah, that.
Is that right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's a tongue twister.
That was well done, Chris.
We got to get some shirts with that, I think. I don't know.
250 isn't just a bad average anymore. Isn't just JT. I don't know.
Yeah, it's our blood alcohol level. I don't know.
There you go.
That might.
But no, I think the All-Star game being here is going to be a lot of fun. I think, I do. I think it's a huge opportunity for us to connect and network with fans, kind of like spring training was.
Yeah, I think it's, and not only that, but the World Cup, like, I think there's going to be a lot of people in because they're crossing over in times. And, you might see a lot of different people here. And it just is like, it's cool for like the sport of baseball and the Phillies specifically, because I have to assume that there's going to be some World Cup fans that are like, fuck it, I'll go see the baseball,
The baseball.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. I'll go see the
Exactly.
base in the ball.
So-
So what do we
so
want to
base
do
in the
about
ball.
number 6?
So I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you guys got.
This is just, we're putting in a not so bold.
Yeah, just something that's either obvious or fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
All right. So I'm going to say that the Phillies' 5 collective starters are going to get 900 innings pitched between themselves.
now, are you saying the whole starting rotation because including Painter and Taiwan?
Yes.
So that's 130 something innings apiece.
Yeah.
Average.
I mean, that's reasonable, right? This is
Yeah.
the not so bold part.
right. Exactly. No, I think that sounds
I think I did it right.
I think you look
Think
at you,
my
you're saying
not-
sesquicentennial and fucking
Yeah.
now in the fucking not so bold, Chris. You ain't
Jesus.
I think my not so bold prediction is that Stubbs will make it through waivers and be the Lehigh Valley starting catcher all year, preparing pitchers to come up to contribute at the major league level.
Another not so bold. This is like a little bit of Clearwater. So another thing that people said a lot, they're like, "Wow, those renderings of like the backyard and like the second floor, like, are you really thinking about it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Renee was very quick to say, "Absolutely not." But I'm like, I'm thinking about them. Like, why not? So my bold prediction is something is going to happen back there, minus the scoreboard, because I don't know. I think the scoreboard might be really expensive, guys. Unless it's like chalkboard. I have some old slate shingles that we could probably, I just boost Renee up and she puts a bunch of zeros down for the Phils to start the game.
Well, put them
So-
on the neighbor's wall because it's right there
Oh.
on the other side of the fence. Just
Yeah, Jared
All
can
you-
pitch in and Amanda, like they can do a couple of the numbers, right? I don't care.
All you need is a sponsor or two, right?
That's it. That's why I was like,
Hey guys, if you want to
actively-
sponsor the DPF Phase 4, go to the webpage and DM us. Well, we've come to the point in the program where there are a lot of people that hurt their ears will perk up a little bit, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say some of our newer listeners, we've jumped up here recently to 95,000, don't know about this. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Dumbass of the Week. So if you guys have been around as Phillies fans for a while, you remember this guy named Odubel Herrera, right? Odubel Herrera did a lot of dumb shit. He did a lot of dumb shit at the plate. He did a lot of dumb shit on the base paths, and he did a lot of dumb shit in the outfield. And so when we were coming up with this, this reoccurring part, this reoccurring bit that we have, I said, why don't we call it the Dumbass of the Week? And so when we find something that is particularly stupid, we call it the Dumbass of the Week. And today, the Dumbass of the Week is brought to you from our favorite state. What state, boys?
It's Florida.
That's right.
This always
So-
makes me nervous. I just come back from the fucking spring training and you do this to me, Mike. So I don't know if you got intel that I'm not aware of, but I'm
No.
ready. I'm gonna
No,
own up
this
to
one,
traffic cam footage.
it.
this one was racked up last time, so you're safe
All right.
till next time. So Palm Beach man, 39 years old, has been arrested after an 8-month Pokemon booster pack stealing spree that spanned 3 major retailers. So exploiting the self-checkout at Target, Walmart, and Publix for the past 8 months up till about 2.5 weeks ago. Our boy, we're going to call him Pikachu, developed an ingenious way to acquire these Pokemon booster packs. So he'd go to the aisle, he'd grab 6 or 8 of these booster packs, and then he'd go to the spice aisle, and he would grab 6 or 8 or however many of the booster packs that he had of these taco seasoning packs. So depending on whether he was at Walmart or Target or Publix, it was anywhere between 29 cents and 69 cents for each of these taco seasoning packs. So what he'd do, he'd go to the self-checkout and he'd hold the taco packet over the UPC of the booster pack and he'd scan it and put it in the bag. and it would look like he was scanning these booster things. But what he was paying was between 29 and 69 cents for these booster packs. The next part's why he's the dumbass of the week. So, he couldn't just get over on these three retailers. He had to go then and sell these booster packs on eBay. And when he hit $40,000 in sales on eBay, it triggered an investigation. And after that investigation, he was arrested in the parking lot of a Walmart in Palm Beach about 3 weeks ago now. Pikachu is facing 2 counts of organized retail theft, 3 counts of dealing in stolen property, and 1 count of money laundering. He's facing, get this shit, up to 90 years in prison if he's convicted of all counts. And that, my friends, is why Pikachu is our dumbass of the week.
90 years? Did he kill someone?
90 years.
Just
Organized retail crime is they're not fucking around with it anymore.
Florida does
Well,
not fuck around.
No. Florida doesn't.
Florida's not.
Because they have a lot of bullshit that happens down there. The law enforcement takes their shit very seriously.
Yep.
It's pretty funny. I think, because that shit's so expensive. You know how expensive Pokemon cards really are? If you added up the total value of all the shit that he stole, it's probably several tens of thousands.
That's why when he hit there's like a threshold on eBay when he hit that 40 grand, then that's what triggered the investigation.
Wow.
I also want to know what he did with all the taco seasoning. Did he have a little side business? Did he have a food truck?
Maybe.
He's
You know?
not
That
thinking
was
right
not
if he
covered.
didn't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he would have had all that fucking, I don't know, Cormix.
He could have a little stand somewhere, you know what I mean? Like a little side
truck.
thing. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
little
know,
food truck.
he might need one now. All right, guys. Real quick, I want to talk about who needs to have the best individual season in order for Phillies to have the most success this year. And my answers might be a little surprising because it's not a player. It's Dave Dombrowski. Dave Dombrowski needs to have the best season, and I have a few reasons why. First one, Adolis Garcia. If he can produce like 80% of his like 162 game average production, then he pretty much matches exactly what Nick gave to us for 4 years, which is right around 20 some home. It's actually more home runs, 24, 80 RBIs, et cetera, et cetera. Plus he's a defensive upgrade, like a tremendous defensive upgrade.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier, Chris, he's a fucking nut. So, and Nick was a little too laid back. You know,
Agreed.
He was worried what Liam was thinking. I think that Adolis is going to be a fucking, like, we need it. And we talked about that at the end of the year. They needed more Latin energy. They needed more pizzazz, whatever. They needed some machismo.
The entire fucking team is like country club. Like they've been brought up like, oh, we were in academies our whole life. And like, you know, our mommy bought us the best bats. I want a dude that used a fucking sock as a fucking baseball and like just loves the game and will run his motherfucking ass off every fucking at bat. We used to have that guy and his name was Bryce. Let's see if he gets that fire back or shit. Hustle. That's all you got to do on this team. If you hustle and suck, we're not going to destroy you as much as if you suck and don't hustle. Any non-truth to that, guys?
Absolutely not.
No.
That's fucking 100% dead
true.
on. All right, so my second reason why Dombrowski has to be the best this year, if Sanchez and Luzardo can continue to improve and Painter delivers on like the hype and all that, then letting Ron Hare go to Boston where he's probably going to struggle to stay healthy. Like, let's be honest, it's colder in Boston than it is in here.
He's
in
going
April.
to struggle to stay
You know what I mean? So his body is just, you know, it's gonna respond to the cold weather in fucking April, and he's never stayed completely healthy. So if we can get that out of our starting pitching, then the loss of Ranger isn't terrible. You know what I mean? Like, because we were upset people were upset.
Well, the problem is, Rob, the rub was he shows up big in the playoffs. And so someone's going to have to step up into that role, right? Whether it's Luzardo or Painter or whomever, Nola. So the whole season, we'll see. But who steps up when push comes to shove? Who goes to the bullpen and comes in? That was the rub that a lot of folks are talking about Ryan Hare.
And Rob, with Dombrowski, and I don't disagree with you, but I want to say this, the year's 23.5% over. How is he done? How are you grading him overpaying for JT, overpaying for Schwarber? Are you okay with that right now? Do you think this offseason has been successful on paper?
No, but you're leading me to my fourth point.
I love this.
So my third point is that assuming the Phillies do what we expect them to do, which is contend, lead the division, contend, be in a position at the deadline to be buyers, this has to be the year that he makes a splash. This has to be the year where the sense of urgency is so great, where he feels the pressure to fucking go out and get whoever, a rental, but somebody who's going to make a difference on this team for the rest of this season. If he's ever going to do it, he has to do it this year. That remains to be seen. All of these remain to be seen, of course. But that's one thing where anything he did in the offseason, anything he does, pretty much from now until the trade deadline, his job is almost done. You know what I mean? Once the roster is constructed, the roster is constructed. So this has to be the year he makes a big splash. Which brings me to point 4, which is if Bryce Harper rises to the challenge and proves he can be elite again, then Double D's little slip up in that fucking press conference becomes like a master stroke in fucking motivation.
Yeah.
So if Harper responds the way that he is capable of, then that turns this offseason into a success. That's my opinion anyway.
So the current offseason you're talking about.
Correct.
Rob, I love these points. Do you think Dombrowski is bold enough and has enough hair on his nuts to do something? And I'm just going to make something up, just something fictitious. Mm-hmm. Bryce is doing his normal, he's having a decent season. He didn't have a terrible season, but he's having a decent season. And at the midway point saying, Bryce, you want to go back home to Vegas? We're going to get, Nick Kurtz and someone in the minor leagues. Do you think he's that bold to do something like that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But it would be hilarious.
Yeah, because you wonder if something like that would be called for. If this guy's and he's not getting along, I don't know. Is Dave here? Dave's probably done, right? We know they're going on strike, being led by Bryce. So, Steve, I think you just said that. Get all the rentals. There's not going to be any damn baseball.
He didn't exactly say that, though. He said it wasn't going to start on time. From what I saw,
that is true. But I don't know. Wasn't there one of the goons says you don't speak to Mr. Manfred like this, and that's how you get buried? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's dude, a little mafia shit going on.
That was wild.
It's going back in the day. That's the fucking 1920s instead of the 2020s, right?
So, Rob, put a line in the sand, and what do you give him so far for what he's done this year?
A grade?
Yeah, give him a grade.
Oh, he's at a C. He's not better than a C right now because he didn't really do anything. You know what I mean?
Luzardo getting signs. That's big.
I say C minus because it would be a D without Luzardo, right?
And then Garcia is also at least Luzardo is a known quantity from last year. Garcia wasn't here last year, so we don't know how he responds to being on this team with these players, with Rob Thompson as his manager. But also last year, he didn't have the best year of his career. So that's one of those deals where I think C, or Mike, you said C minus?
C minus, because it's not a D because of Luzardo. It would have been a D without Luzardo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Luzardo deal is very interesting because I don't know that it needed to be done.
They didn't
was
want
this
to
his
run
walk
into.
year?
No, yeah, they didn't want a red hair thing again, so
Okay.
they locked him
Okay.
up.
And
Yeah, I'm good with it.
just seems like such a good guy. Like I
Yeah.
really
Is
like
it-
Luzardo.
Is
I do
Sean?
too.
Is
I
he
do
like
too.
on
I
The
like him a lot.
Bachelor or something? That headshot is
He's a fucking handsome. Hey, I don't
he's
know.
handsome, right?
I don't know if Sean's married or unmarried, but anyone that's looking, Sean, Mike's giving the this is an AI. He is a handsome man.
Oh, maybe it is AI.
Maybe it's an avatar.
And so this is what you guys are going to love about Goldie. You're not going to get any answer without fucking or motherfucking in it. None.
Love it.
And I
Hey,
love
can we
that.
let's answer this
Oh,
question
Goldie.
because this question here, because this it's Chris asked it, but somebody else asked it. I forget who it was earlier.
Mhm.
What do we think about Harry the K's getting renamed?
What did they rename it to too?
I don't know.
Like
It's
an
something
energy
fucking
drink?
Ghost
Yes.
energy drink, like Pavilion or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
So here I'm gonna start. Okay. So can't
Yeah.
we just honor the gentleman and call it Harry the K's by whatever the fuck Ghost, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how it's like whatever park at Camden Yard. You know what I mean? Like, can't we do
Oriole
both?
Park, yeah.
Like, why do we have to replace Harry the K's? It makes me mentally insane.
Yeah, I mean, we're DPF on tap, sponsored by Fishtown Iced Tea and Jerseys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, like this is a hurtful thing, right? Because they have all of this signage all over the fucking place. We're selling tickets and like they're like, hey, sell more tickets. We're not getting a fucking dime out of it. We're just like a conduit for them to sell more fucking tickets. They have all of this stuff. Leave the fucking thing alone.
I saw somewhere like, what are they gonna do? Rename Ashburn Alley next? I will fucking go non-linear.
But see, Ashburn Alley isn't because Harry the K's was the name of the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think Ashburn Alley is like a branded naming. I don't know that they paid for the naming rights. But yeah,
guys. Pittsburgh did this. So Pittsburgh had like Roberto's Corner in right field or something like this. And the Pirates fans snapped the fuck out about this. Like it's just uncalled for. And I think, in soccer is the first thing we saw, like on the uniform. You don't know what the logo is on a soccer uniform. I guarantee you don't. If I showed you 10 of them, you would be like, I don't know. It's that one in the middle. No, it's this small patch. And then they have like Toyota,
Bimbo,
bets this or that. Yeah. Oh my God. That team will never win a fucking game.
Isn't there a team called the Red Bulls?
Yeah. They're in New York.
And they're in New York. Fuck them.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're talking about changes, real quick to at Citizens Bank Park, I saw this MLB posted on Twitter earlier today. This is what I get for going on Twitter. The Phillies are changing the game. Okay, sorry, I have to read this right. The Phillies are changing the game with their new Schwarbomb Sunday, and then they tell you what it is. Guys, can we fucking retire the name or the phrase "changing the game"? The ice cream game is fine. The ice cream game doesn't need to be flipped on its head. Ice cream is never going to be the same again. Like, it's fucking stupid. It's dumb marketing talk.
And if Bassett's isn't making the ice cream, hey, Bassett's, we would love to, you can come and talk.
What I was
on tap by Bassett's.
They put Fruity Pebbles on it. So if Post is interested in a partnership, we would absolutely be interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will change any game you want.
Yeah, I'll call it the fucking Fruity Pebbles Garage. Or DPF Garage featured by Fruity Pebbles.
That's fantastic.
Ghost Energy Drink Sink.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! See, this is we really got something here. We're gonna have to stay on after this and write some more notes down, guys. This is great. I wanted to wrap it up with a question that I kind of wanted to put out there in terms of like the new guys that came in. So we're looking at Garcia, Crawford, and Painter. We're assuming Crawford and Painter are making the team. How long will each of you guys give them a pass into the season before we're coming down on them or hard on them?
Go ahead, Rob.
Well, I wouldn't take the, obviously you got to take them individually.
Yeah.
Garcia, I want to see something out of him relatively quickly.
Yep.
Because he's a veteran and because he's fucking jacked, and he posted that picture with his fucking sleeves off, and it's just like this guy's got to do, like, if
It's a monster.
He needs to hit a home run opening series, preferably fucking opening day, just to get us all like fucking excited.
And I want him to fucking bat flip, like throw it out of the stadium.
I want him to
Like
take his
over to
helmet
400
off.
level.
Just
Oh
chuck
God.
his fucking helmet, like,
Yeah.
whatever. Sucker punch the fucking shortstop as he's going by. Just
The
be
iron
one
sickle.
of us. Just be one.
Yeah.
Fucking run by and clothesline them. With Crawford and Painter, I give them a little bit more grace because they're
Yeah.
young, but there are certain things you want to see. You want to see Painter, you want to see him fucking dance around the zone. You want to see him be consistently, mid to upper 90s, right? And then with Crawford, I want to see him running. I want to see him on the bases. I want to see him play center field. In terms of hitting, like, I give him plenty of grace on that, but I want to see him on the base paths and in the field.
Linda
Goldie
Tom
is,
fucking
yeah,
gold,
she
by the way.
is not, and it's tough. I'm like, when I was talking to Goldie and Renee, I says, I got to have her on, guys. I got to have her on. And I'm like, I don't know when this is, but Goldie, I want you to come on the podcast, and the guys are going to love you. I want you to meet them, in person like we did. And I want you to say bad names to them like you did to me. And called me that, or if it's just for me because you love me a little bit more, they're gonna love that. If you call me a CSer and a motherfucker and I don't fucking listen, they're gonna love it. Mike, where are you at with it?
So I am May 2nd. We have an event at Jersey's.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys know that, and anybody that wants to come out, everybody's able to come. There's no fee or anything like that. It's just pay as you go. Correct, Chris?
Yep, that's it.
And we're just gonna hang out and high
Watch
five
the game.
and watch the Phils.
Yep.
I want to see something from Garcia by then.
Okay.
I give a little bit of leeway to Crawford. I think by the All-Star break, I want to see him somewhere in the 280 average range, 10 to 15 stolen bases, no dumbass plays in center field, like that kind of thing. Being a pitcher, I'm going to give Painter the year. Let's see what his year looks like. He gets 140 innings. He gets 78 to 85 strikeouts. He's got 20-ish walks. His ERA is somewhere around 3.5. Let's see how his year progresses.
Okay.
I think that's okay for those three. Just my opinion.
Yeah, Garcia, I'm 3 weeks in. What I don't want to see with Painter is I do not want to see 3 shit heap starts in a row. That's where I'm going to start to get nervous because, like, if we have Walker out there, like, dude, we know this guy, what he's going to do, right? He's going to give you 4 to 6 innings, give up 3 to 5 runs. So if Painter's not pulling his weight, this kid's going to have his fucking head hurt again. But you're looking to win. Like, we're not. It's a ticking time bomb, guys. You can't have 3 shit heaps in a row. So, like, that's the one thing for me. Crawford, I don't know. My leash is long with this guy. I think that I'm kind of looking at All-Star break. And if he's not doing his thing, to Rob's point, we got to make that move, right? Because I don't want to see Otto Kemp playing fucking center field or whatever. But I'll tell you who I think does make the team, De La Cruz. And I think he's a right-handed bat. He's had a great spring. Check out his stats. And he can play a little bit of center, not a lot. But I think that that's the backup plan to me is like this De La Cruz is like, he can play center. Fuck it. Let's have him play center. But if Marsh is shit in the bed, put him in left.
Yeah,
It's interesting. To see.
Definitely him over Stubbs in left, right?
Yes. 100%. Final thoughts that I have is opening day. Fishtown Iced Tea is going to be out there pouring samples for us. So K-Lot starting at 12, be there for about an hour, maybe 2, depending on, how many of us there are. Hundreds, of course. They're going to be doing that. So I'm excited for that. And we're now weekly, guys. So this is exciting. We're going to get to talk every week with the fans and start building that momentum.
I fucking will. Motherfucker need my penis Grigio.
Oh God.
That much grace. Fuck that. She's solid gold, dude.
Yeah, no, guys, you are going to honestly, this is going to be a situation where each of our jobs are in jeopardy when Goldie comes on. Because she's going to or there's going to be an offshoot that's actually better than the original. You know what I mean? This is going to be Joni Loves Chachi and We're Happy Days. No, we're going to be Joni Loves Chachi. But I appreciate everyone coming on and chiming in. We've had a lot of comments today. Sorry to Matthew Charles that we didn't get yours quick enough, but we try our best with it. So we will talk to you. I think it's 3:25. We're still kind of working out the time because we have Drunk Flyers fans podcast that day that's been scheduled. We were going to do it opening day, but we're obviously going. So we'll kind of post and put it out there. So thank you. Have a good night.
The Mets.
Fuck the Mets. And
go Phils.
Go Goldie.
Go Chris's liver.